But even while we're recording, I will record the process of copying the URL and putting it on the website, because we have to do that kind of semi by hand now, since Google, without knowing how we work, how would they, broke all of our automation, or a big chunk of it. So now this page should show that yes, event is live, and click to join, so that there's a link to join us right from the website. Okay, it's EuroScrum, and there's Coder Girl, Sam, Sasha, and David. Or would you prefer I call you by your real name?
Pravina.
Pardon?
Pravina.
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 All right, great to have you here, Pravina. And Septembrina. It was good to meet several of you yesterday at the weekly meeting too. Okay. Do you have any updates to share, Pravina, or would you be interested in starting?
Well, I've got nothing really that I want to update. I've just been having a look at a few of the projects, and there's a couple that have piqued my interest. So yeah, I'm hoping to find out a bit more about them.
Oh, great! That's good progress. If we get a bit of time before the end, be a good chance to ask any questions that you've come up with then. Sam, if I just go left to right along the bottom of my screen, Sam, you come up next.
Sure. Yes. So updates. We had the big Agile Ventures weekly meeting last night. Some of us here were there. Had a lot of people, some new people. That was very good. I presented on the local support project and the history of Agile Ventures, and then we talked about, the challenges of making scrums work, and issues we've had with Google API and the time changes and so on. And that's led to some interesting developments. Amy's created a new tracker for the community, specifically associated with the AV community project, and also made some suggestions for. Well, I think there was agreement of a sort of a vision where we'd love to have basically the scrums be that not rely on external parties kicking things off. That just it would sort of like a conference call that you can just arrive and people can start chatting and sort of self-organize. Whether we can easily adapt all of our technologies to support that is another question. I saw Thomas and a couple of others in the EuroAsia Scrum. We kind of hooked up some. I've done the emailing to. I've mentioned Agile Ventures in the MOOC, so I think that's partly where we're getting a few new people coming in from. I'm not blocked on anything technically, apart from, as I say, this ongoing thing of how do we make the scrums just be awesome. I think part of it's moving them at the right time. We have shifted, so do be aware, we have shifted the times of the scrums slightly. There's the Pacific Scrum that never really ran, that was at 1 a.m. UTC, has moved to 10 p.m. UTC. There is a group associated with SUNY Binghamton who is saying that's a good time for them. So I thought, hey, why not, let's move it there. And I think make it work for Pavel and Brian, I've moved the America's Scrum back to the time that it sort of was at, but it's now 7 p.m. UTC. Anyway, we'll see how that goes. One thing, I'm not sure I can take the Atlantic Scrum today, so if there are any volunteers to take that, that would be very helpful. My plans now are immediately I'm going to do the local support client meeting prep as soon as this Scrum is over. People are welcome to join me for that, and then we've got the client meeting at the top of the hour if you're interested in seeing me chatting directly with our non-profit client and reviewing the progress that we've got on the local support project with them, getting feedback on the design decisions and so on. You're more than welcome to join me. I'll be posting links for that in the local support Slack channel. That's it from me.
Great. Big update, very busy person. Sasha, would you like to go ahead?
Sure. So I've been kind of in and out the last few days doing. Just been to a jobs thing in London, so I haven't been making much progress still. But I finally managed to convert some data to a format that might be useful. It might be completely worthless when I turn it to JavaScript, but I'm making sort of slow progress in that. I'm finally reached the point where I'm up for pairing for at least a bit today. I might be disappearing off around 12:30 for a few hours. I'm not sure yet. Waiting to hear back from someone else. If I don't, then I will be probably free for pairing more or less all day, and I can take the Atlantic Scrum. But I won't know that for probably till 12:30ish.
Oh, thanks.
So I'll post in the chat either way.
Thanks, Sasha.
That's it. I think nothing really blocking me.
Okay, great. Septembrina, it's not a name I recognise. Is this your first Scrum? And can you hear us, Septembrina?
And maybe she can, or he can hear us, but maybe isn't able to speak.
Well, that's fine. Well, welcome all the same. I hope you've learnt something from today's Scrum, and if you want to pop in and contribute another way, please use the chat in the Scrum and the Agile Ventures Slack chat, which you'll get invited to when you register at...
Apparently she can't hear anything.
Perhaps you can't hear anything either.
She says there's a
Oh,
chat coming. Sorry to hear that. You could try reloading the window. Are you rejoining the Scrum? Yeah, so I think she might try that. Anyway, we'll see.
Yes, I hope so. Okay, my own update, again very brief. I may be able to rearrange things to over the Atlantic Scrum if you can't make it, Sasha, but I'll hopefully I can pop into the chat later and find out. Sabrina is back. Can you hear us this time?
And I guess she may be unable to. And depends, it may be a hardware issue on her side. Yeah.
Yeah, and she just he or she has just signed up on Agile Ventures. That's great. So we should see them in soon. So that's disappointing. Sometimes happens that way. Google Hangouts can be a bit glitchy, and it's not even 100% reliable in Firefox and Chrome. I don't know if it works.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Septembrina maybe in Safari or something. Yeah. So did you want to carry on your updates, David?
Oh yeah, my update. There was a question that seems that like it might be interesting on Stack Exchange, and that was from someone who was a TA 6 months ago on CS169, and he's wondering whether it's a good idea to be a TA again. And my answer is kind of if that's indeed what he meant by his question, my answer is indeed, of course. Anybody that was a TA last time around that's willing to contribute should choose the way they want to contribute.
Absolutely. Well, of course, all contributions welcome. Very much so.
Okay. That's all I have.
That reminds me, actually, when I was at this thing last night, I ran into this girl who, as far as I understood, she's not really a programmer, but she wants, she's got like a lot of project management.
Oh yeah.
And she wants to go in sort of tech project management, I think.
Oh, okay.
She didn't have specifically any Scrum experience.
No, but well, we're definitely looking for project managers.
Yeah, I told her she should look us up. I wasn't 100% sure if there were sort of pure project manager roles, but I said.
Well, there are. I mean, in particular, Pavel for the offer. I think he's in there.
Well, hopefully she'll stop by.
Yeah. Oh, cool. That's good. On that note, we've got 5 non-profits looking for developers, and I'm trying to organise some sort of jamboree or something where they can sort of talk to everybody. Might be a little while before that happens. Also, Armando was in the Autograders Scrum or weekly meeting yesterday, and talking about how he's got 2 or 3 new TAs who are going to be working on the Autograders projects. And I mean, I don't really have bandwidth and time for the Autograders project, although we did have another person jump in and say that they were interested in Autograders. That was Sri Harsha. So that looks like that. Well, I think Armando's keen to move forward there. It's the timing is unfortunate. When Paul and I were really active in it, we could have really used their support. But anyway, that's part of the process. Just to flag those things for people in case they were interested in those developments.
All right, Sasha, did you point your friend towards AV 102 as well? There's quite an interest
no, I didn't
in Rampage.
But hopefully, if she does sign up, someone might. Oh, AV 102, is that the one where the project management one? I get really confused.
Yeah,
it's called distributed teams.
Yeah, I think that's the one I've actually signed up for, isn't it?
I
mean, I don't know whether. Yeah, it sounds like she's actually got a ton of project management experience, but just not specifically with Scrum.
I think that's a very specifically focused course about Scrum and about doing it remotely. It's got a lot of the experience that Marion and Sam and Thomas got with our organisation.
Yeah, it's a shame I didn't take her contact details, but
oh right, yeah.
Yeah, well, hopefully she'll find it.
Anyway, I mean, I think that there's also, we probably want to. I mean, I think our attempt to do a mailing to the community has failed. Thomas will be back next week. We'll sort that out. We should also, be explicitly recruiting people who want to do project management.
Actually, this thing, I don't know if you know it, Sam. It's like a regular. I don't know if it's weekly. There is one next week, although someone told me it was monthly or something.
Yeah.
But it's regular in any case, and it's just. It's really good. It's this guy just organises a place for. It's like a mini Silicon Milk roundabout, but every month or something. A place for a bunch of developers to go and people looking for developers, and the company's pitch and the developers. And the thing I sort of got the feeling. I mean, maybe this was from sort of my own perspective, biasing it a little bit. I got the feeling a little bit there was a bit of a mismatch because all the companies there were looking for senior developers,
right?
And senior or kind of mid to senior,
right?
And all the a lot of the developers I spoke to were sort of, if not junior plus.
Sure.
So I wonder if it would actually be worth someone from Agile Ventures trying to get along to some of these, because I suspect that it'd be interesting. And
yes, I think it could work. I think given my constraints, what I'm tempted to try and do is try and create an event like that at Agile Ventures, where we've got a group of non-profits coming in and pitching to developers and inviting. But if you send me information about that, I'd love to get them, at least appeal to their, shall we say, junior developers and get them to come in and meet the non-profits. I kind of feel like I'm so overwhelmed that I can't. Like anything that involves going to like a new location, I'm kind of a bit, difficult to do. But yeah, please do hook me up.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, we're running to the end of time, so what I'll do is I'll stop the recording, but we'll carry on the conversation.